Well, good morning cruise fans, and welcome back to Ray and Sue's travel channel. We're on the beautiful Celebrity Ascent on our 10-night cruise around the Mediterranean. Today is day 3 and we're in beautiful Ajaccio in Corsica, of course part of France, and we've just arrived in port this morning, and I just thought I would give you a lovely view of this beautiful ship and also the wonderful Marina and Old Town here in Ajaccio. A little bit cloudy today, it's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Here we are now, it's June 2024, so it's early season as far as cruising is concerned. But we're pleased to be back here in Ajaccio, and we're going to be getting off today. We're going to get off and go for a walk around in the town to see what we can find, do some exploration. Slightly different to the previous video that we'd put up on the channel, which took us off for a hop on hop off bus tour. But so today we're in Ajaccio in Corsica. Stay tuned. And of course it's breakfast time here on Celebrity Ascent, so the pool and the pool area is not very busy at the moment, but we of course will bring a lot more of the ship to you in the ship tours that will be part of this series. But I just thought I would give you a quick pan shot of the pool area. Lovely long pool where you can do your lengths, nice little quiet sectioned areas on the right and left hand side, and some fantastic design features. So we'll share a lot more about that on the ship tour, the upper decks ship tour on this series, but I just thought I would give you a quick glimpse of that and not be too intrusive, because the pool deck area is empty at this moment in time. So let's go over and let's take a look at the other side of the ship, the starboard side of the ship, to see the rest of Ajaccio. And some unique design features on here. There's obviously a walk-in and running track, and that inclines from deck 12 to deck 13, which is great to see. And also we have these whirlpools which stand up almost like a golf ball on a tee type arrangement, which is very nice. So if we take another scan around the rest of the port here in Ajaccio, we can see a wonderful skyline, beautiful mountains around the port itself. Of course there are local ferry companies in here as well as cruise ships, and they obviously go off to Sardinia and other places, off to Italy, perhaps Civitavecchia. So that's nice to see, very colourfully painted. But so for the rest of the port of Ajaccio here now, we can see lots of residences going back up into the hills, and a booming city. So stay with us as we go off today and take a little look at Ajaccio itself and see what we can find. And so we've just got off board. We've just come through the wonderful disembarkation area on this brand new ship, and Susie's waiting patiently for me, and I just thought I would give you a ground level scan of beautiful Ajaccio in Corsica and the fantastic looking marina and old buildings around the periphery. So we're going to go off into the town and we're going to take a little walk around, see what we can find, and come with us as we go explore Corsica. And of course the Celebrity Ascent is a brand new cruise ship. She took her first cruise in December of 2023. It's now June 2024, so she's just 6 months old, and a lovely ship. And you'll see that in the ship tour videos that we're going to post up on the channel on this series. Look out for at least 2, maybe 3 ship tour videos, and we would like to bring this wonderful ship to you. So stay tuned for that. And of course, when we get through the security area on the end of the pier, of course we can get a lovely shot of the beautiful Celebrity Ascent and another little panoramic of the Marina, and then into the town we can go. There's an information area here on the left hand side and a lovely little boardwalk. Isn't that lovely? So hopefully that's a taste of what's yet to come. Okay, so when you come out of the port area, then there's a couple of options immediately that are available to you. The first one is the hop on hop off bus, and it's €10 and you can get it from right outside the port entrance, and it will take you up the coast for about 10-15 miles and turn around and come back. That's quite a nice little adventure, and it's one that we did previously. So have a little look at the previous video that we've uploaded on the channel, and I'll try and leave a link there down in the description. And but we've done that one already, so today we're going to do something a little bit different and walk off for a bit of an explore. First of all, you'll see just opposite the port now there's a lovely little daily market that goes on, and a little bit noisy here at the moment, but of course there's a main street here, and you have local sellers, local artisan goods selling items in the daily market. It's actually a bank holiday in Ajaccio here today, so we will be careful in terms of the sorts of public services that we use, and they may be limited, but all in all a lovely port, great to be back, and we look forward to sharing more and more of that with you. So stay tuned, we'll take a quick look at the market and then we'll go explore the town. And of course, as you would expect in all French markets, certainly local produce, wonderful fruit and vegetables, always really tastefully laid out, and cheese makers and processed meats and cured meats, which is always lovely to see. And of course a little bit further up, still more. And always fine, like to walk around these markets. You can find some fantastic produce, and of course friendly and willing retailers to help you with your choice. Isn't that lovely? And some fantastic selections of cured meats and hams, etc, etc, and some vinegars and some wines. Isn't that lovely? So that's the little market here in the Ajaccio near the port. And similarly there's an internal market with lots of olives and preserved fruits, etc. And again a little bit further on, more cured meats, obviously locally produced, which is nice to see. And on the far side, some dried fruits and various products similar to what we've previously seen. Also here, a lovely cheese stall with lots and lots of local cheeses and some lovely preserved and dried nuts and fruit. And so overall, quite a nice little port area. Obviously there's a road and some car parking here as well, and there's the cruise terminal with the lovely Celebrity Ascent, and then of course the local market that I showed you then, and a lovely memorial to those who died in various conflicts around the world. And so as you walk up towards the left from the cruise terminal, you get to this quaint little square, and there's a couple of options here for you in terms of exploring and sightseeing. There's a petit train, the little train trolley sort of thing. So there's an €8 train ride for about 50 minutes, an hour, and lots of information here in terms of what's going on and where it goes to. And then also there is another one which is about an hour and a half, and that's 12 euros, and you can get that here. So queue up and get yourself a ticket, and you can decide which train you'd like to get and how long on a duration. Okay, so there's a quaint little square here, as I've mentioned, and you can get that little train trolley. We think we might do that in a minute, and it will take you around. It's called the Sanguine Island Tour, and it will take you around the little island of Corsica here for about an hour and a half. Of course, for the children, there's a little carousel here. It's actually an indoor carousel, which is interesting, not seen that before. And then around is a lovely square with various shops and boutiques and restaurants, which is all very nice to see. And here is the little train trolley, which takes you out for the tour itself. And of course, an interesting way to get on board. Okay, so we've opted to take one of these little train trolley tours. It was €8, and essentially it's going to take us around a variety of different places of interest. And the first place that we've come to now is a monument to Napoleon. Of course, Napoleon, very famous in French history, and we're going to go up now and have a little look at that. There's a little souvenir shop here, like a memorial souvenir shop of your visit, and no doubt memorizing the achievements of Napoleon Bonaparte. So we'll take a little look and see what we can see. Okay, so as you come into the memorial, for mobility purposes, just be aware that there are a number of extended, fairly shallow steps that you will need to ascend, and then a little walk across the gravel entrance to the memorial itself. However, before we go over to see that, just have a little look on this left hand side. There is a wonderful set of gardens that have obviously been looked after by the local Parks Council, so you can see that here. Nice looking area, and obviously needs a little bit of work. It's early season. Things will start coming into flower soon, I would imagine. But there you are. So on the left hand side of the Napoleon memorial, some little gardens, creating an overall lovely little ambience. Okay, so as you come across the gravel entrance, you can see again some more steps. So if you are limited on mobility, then this is probably not something that would be helpful for you. And then in order to get up to the memorial, and Napoleon stands proudly at the top of this memorial, there is yet another set of steps, an incline, that you would need to navigate. So if you do have limited mobility, then this is probably not for you. But of course, a wonderful memorial to the work and the life and the history of Napoleon Bonaparte. So that is wonderful to see. And we'll take a little quick look at the top. Okay, so here we are at the top now, and you can see a lovely view across the rest of Ajaccio. my comments earlier about accessibility were perhaps misplaced, because there is a little side trail that zigzags up the hill and will bring you up here, but again there are steps involved, so do bear that in mind if you're coming on this little trip. And when you get to the top, of course, the statue of Napoleon himself. So there he is, and he has a nice view looking over the rest of Ajaccio, and there is the view. So we hope that's useful for you. So that's the Napoleon Memorial here in Ajaccio in Corsica, and the plaque that goes with Napoleon himself, and another quick shot of him at the top of the memorial, and a lovely set of borders around the monument itself, and of course a regular stream of people coming up to see it. Little opportunity for a quick scan of the coastline, and some ancient walls and a castle.
The first rebuilding program on the French occupation.
Okay, so as we proceed along this little train trolley tour, you can see that there's lots of building work going on at the moment. So it looks like they're improving the infrastructure, but that leads to lots of traffic. And a lot of the tour we seem to be spending time waiting in traffic, but nevertheless it's still pleasant to see, and lots of nice avenues with little cafes and bars, and nice colourful little avenues. And there's a walking tour here as well, and we're just coming to the end of our little trip now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the train thanks you for your visit and wishes you an agreeable stay in
And
Ajaccio.
back down to the cruise port.
Merci de votre visite. On vous souhaite un agréable séjour à Ajaccio.
Okay, so here we are now back in the port, and we've just got off our little train trolley sort of tour around Ajaccio itself. €8, about 50 minutes. It was just about worth it. We stopped at the Napoleon statue, and we took an opportunity to have a look at that, but pretty much the rest of it was spent driving down little avenues and being stuck in traffic, frankly. So down to you in terms of whether you think that represents good value or not. We're not sure. It was the 50-minute tour though. There is another one there, and it was an hour and a half, but it only had 2 additional stops, probably a little bit of time on a beach somewhere, but nevertheless we took that little tour, and for information purposes, of course, that's something that you can do when you come here to Ajaccio. Okay, and so of course we're back in the port now, back in the marina, and a variety of different sailboats and tour boats and yachts, etc., tall ships. And there's a little market here, an extension really to the market on the other side, which is a fruit market. This one typically is selling apparel and hats and garments, etc. Then a lovely little marina. So it's well worth just coming down here just to see the marina. And of course there's a little fort, a little castillo if you will, towards the back of the shot now. And then lots of little small boats in the marina by the main road. Now there's a number of cafes and bars that go up there too. So if you just want to walk out into the town and maybe grab yourself a little bit of lunch or maybe a coffee somewhere, then this is the place to go. And just adjacent to the marina and the little market is a number of kitsch little restaurants and cafes and bars, and again a few stalls where people are selling their wares. And as we walk down towards the Castillo, quite a nice little ambience. Cobblestone streets here, so again from an accessibility point of view, just be mindful of that there are some uneven surfaces, but all in all quite a pleasant little boardwalk if you will, and clearly lots of different retailers all vying for your custom, and a variety of different products and items available for sale. And then of course the look over the marina itself, and then of course in the background the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. Isn't she beautiful from here? An absolutely fantastic ship, brand new, 6 months old, and we look forward to sharing all of the tours of all the ship facilities and all the ports that we're going to stop at on this particular cruise. So stay tuned for much more details on the channel, and leave us any comments or questions at the bottom of this video. We do our very best to try and reply to every one of the comments or questions, and we will do so of course for this video too. And if you have any comments you'd like to make, then please do so. And can I now invite you to consider subscribing to Ray and Sue's travel channel. It's through your subscription, which is totally free. It doesn't cost a bean, and there's not a lot free these days, is there? Can I ask you to consider subscribing? It's through your subscription that our channel will grow, and we are growing, getting bigger, and there's more and more content planned, more and more content on the channel on a weekly basis on Thursdays. And take a look now, because there's about 250 videos on the channel and a variety of ship and port tours around the world. So thank you in advance for your consideration. I thought I'd give you another little view of the marina, and of course Celebrity Ascent, sideways on this time, and what a beautiful ship she is, and I can't wait to share her with you. So stay tuned on the channel for that. And a little bit more of the port itself, and there's a fort up here which was built in the 17th century, but subsequently turned out to be inadequate in terms of its ability to keep away foreign invaders. However, Ajaccio hasn't turned out too badly, has it? How nice is that? Okay, so there's no beach here as such. Lots of sea defences, rocks, etc., guarding the coastline, and of course the fort that was constructed, and a little lighthouse which is lovely to see. And we've ascended the steps at the top of the marina itself, and here is another fantastic view of Ajaccio from the top of the wall. How lovely is that? So we'll take a little walk along. Sue's waiting patiently for me, but isn't that lovely? A lovely higher up view of the port and marina in Ajaccio. Yeah, and so the view from the top of the wall defences here in Ajaccio port, we can see the wonderful Celebrity Ascent across the back of the marina. A few little cafes and bars down below. There's one way in and one way out from the market. Just walk up the little road towards the fort and you can find yourself here. So isn't that lovely? So that's the Ajaccio port from the port wall. Okay, so we're just off the beaten track a little bit here now in the town itself, and there's a wonderful church, beautiful church. Thought I would share with you. How nice is that? And of course, if we pan around, we can see a little cafe and some gardens, and another part of the peninsula, and a bit of the coastline that we came up a little while ago on the little train trolley. And lovely little alleyways with little cafes and bistros, and a nice little al fresco dining area. And Ajaccio has a number of little side streets with kitsch little cafes and bars, and lovely pleasant surroundings, beautifully decorated homes, lovely colours, complimentary of course. And as we get closer to the port itself, of course we pass some beautifully decorated buildings, lovely facades, balconies, lovely vivid colours, and of course the market that we saw earlier, and the little gravel park here, and of course behind the park the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. So that's Ajaccio. We hope you have enjoyed our little tour, our little train trolley ride, the tour around the marina and on the port walls. And we're going to make our way back now, back down to the port. We'll show you the way back on to the port itself and back onto the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. Okay, so when you come out of the market area itself, back onto the port frontage, there is the lovely Celebrity Ascent. There is the port terminal building. Now sometimes, depending on where your ship is actually docked, you may have to go through that, but again, another little hop on hop off bus tour, you may have to go through that, but today we've been quite fortunate. We've just had to come around the side and go through the little gates, and a beautiful marina and boardwalk here, some lovely yachts and tall ships in the bay, in the marina, and of course the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. How lovely is she? Yeah, so she's our home for the next 10 days, and it's day 3, and we've really enjoyed Ajaccio today. Weather has been fine, it hasn't rained on us, which is good. We've done something a little bit different to what we did last time, because we did the hop on hop off bus last time, and we hope you've enjoyed coming with us on this little tour of the town. And if this is the sort of content that you like, consider liking and subscribing to our channel. It's Ray and Sue's Travel Channel. Leave us any comments, any questions, and we'll do our utmost to come back to you. and give you an answer or a response. So that was that. So here's the lovely Celebrity Ascent. We're going to get back on board her now. And that was Ajaccio in Corsica. We hope you enjoyed that. We hope you have learned something from our exploration, and if you have, then that's got to be good, isn't it? So that's Ajaccio. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next Tips for Travellers video. Bye bye. So we hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more, then check out our channel, Ray and Sue's Travel Channel, where you'll find a multitude of different videos covering ship tours, port tours, and offering up tips and advice. You'll also find individual playlists where you can centre in on a specific ship or a specific itinerary. And consider liking and subscribing to Ray and Sue's Travel Channel. It's free, and there's not a lot free these days, is there? Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.